So closing your eyes, allow your awareness to scan over your body and notice how you feel. In your comfortable seated position. And you can sit up on a block if it feels more comfortable, making sure knees are roughly level with the hips. Allow your awareness to be with the face and the jaw and just see how they feel. Maybe give your jaw a little wiggle and your mouth a stretch. Relax the jaw. Relax your shoulders, down your back. Feel your lower back is long and lengthened. Be aware of the sensation of your breath and observe your breath as it flows in and as it flows out. Observing that the breath is like a circle that is repeating over and over again. Inhalation followed by exhalation, followed by inhalation. A repeating circle. And as your awareness of the breath begins to heighten, notice that after every inhalation, there is a naturally occurring pause, and the exhalation just organically begins. And then after the exhalation, there's a pause, and the inhalation organically begins. And the circle continues on. So the circle of breath is like a 4-part circle. Inhalation, natural pause. Exhalation, natural pause. Repeating over and over. And your mind will stay connected with this circle of breath throughout the whole class today. Feeling as though your breath is filling your rib cage wide and full. And taking a nice inhalation as you lengthen all up the back of your body. Exhale, drop your chin towards your chest. And inhale, looking up, lengthening the back of your neck, but not letting your head flop back. Exhale, chin towards your chest. And inhale, looking up. So continuing with your breath. Yeah. As you find that pause in the circle of breath at the top of the inhalation, the back of the neck is long, the throat is exposed, shoulders sliding down the back, feeling a stretch from the front of the neck, hopefully gently, and exhaling chin towards the chest, feeling a stretch at the back of the neck. Last round, take your time. And bring your head back to center, head, neck and spine all aligned. Bring your fingertips down by your sides and exhale as you tilt your head, bringing one ear close to the shoulder. Inhale, bring your head to center, long and lengthened. And exhale, tilt your head the other way. And inhale, head to center, continuing with your breath. Inhale, center, exhale, other way. So really keep your shoulders drawing down your back even more. That's it. Don't let them kind of like come with you. So as you tilt over to the left, your right shoulder pulls away, pulls down your back. Check that you're really lengthening up the lower back, up the whole spine, up the back of the body. And next time you tilt your head over to the right, or the left, doesn't matter. Inhale, reaching that same arm up and bringing your your hand onto the side of the head, just gently drawing your head up and over. Really draw your opposite shoulder down your back. That's it. Lengthen up the lower back. Breathe into the stretch. One more breath. And letting your arm come down as your head comes back to center. Nice long breath in. Exhale, tilt your head over to the other side. And reaching that same arm up. And placing your hand on your head and drawing the side of the skull up and over. So really think of lifting the side of the skull. Think more of lifting up than pushing down. You want to draw it up and over. Keep drawing down with the opposite shoulder. And feel lifted from the base of the skull. So you feel long and lengthened in the vertebra at the back of the neck. No compression there at all. One more breath. Sigh out any tension and release, coming back to center, dropping your hand down. So we're going to do some nice slow side bends. So inhaling, reaching one arm up and exhaling over into a side bend. Think of length in both sides of the body. Inhale back to center and exhale, release your hand down. So then we're going to slowly inhale the other arm up. So it's like half time side bends. Exhaling over to the side. Inhale up and exhale, drift the hand down. Inhale, reaching up and exhaling over. Inhale, extending up and exhale the hand down. And the other side. Slow breath, be aware of that pause. At the end of the circle of breath, you get that delicious deep side stretch. Inhale back to center, exhale, hand down. We're going to do one more round. You might even move the flesh of the buttocks out of the way because we really want to feel the buttocks grounding down, and in that pause at the end of the exhalation with buttock grounding down, fingertips reaching up, you get such a nice side stretch all the way down into the hip. Inhaling and exhaling down. Inhaling, arm up and exhaling over. This is the last round. Inhaling back to center and exhale the hand down. Inhale, reach your arms out to shoulder height, shoulders away from the ears. Extending fingertip to fingertip, breathe. Just take a couple of breaths here because you get a big stretch across the front of the body, maybe even the back of the body. Inhale here. And exhaling, twisting to the left or the right, doesn't matter which way. Bringing back hand down behind you, front hand to opposite knee, looking out over your back shoulder. Take a breath here. Inhale back to center, arms outstretched at shoulder height, and exhale the other way. Looking out over your back shoulder. Nice round of breath. Inhale back to center, arms outstretched, and then drop your hands down to your knees. So we're going to change the cross of the legs. Again, make sure you're nice and comfy, move the flesh of the buttocks out the way. Have hands back to the knees. We're going to do some seated cat-cows. So inhale, shine the chest forward, roll the pelvis forward, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart, lift the chin, not flopping the head back though. And then exhale as you round the shoulders, tucking the tailbone under, tipping the pelvis backwards in your seated cat. Inhale, shine the chest through, seated cow pose. And exhale, your cat. And as you exhale, you'll feel your natural engagement of Mula Bandha as you tip your pelvis backwards. A gentle engagement happening from inner hip bone to inner hip bone. Continue with your breath, heart lifted, shoulders drawing back. Exhale, round. The tummy naturally draws in towards the spine. Feeling a natural pelvic floor lift there too. Last round. Come back to center. Come into your mermaid position. Lower yourself down to the mats. Roll onto your back and hug your knees in. Have a gentle rock side to side, massaging the lower back. And keeping your knees together, circling the knees a few times in each direction. Center. So just wiggle your hips away from you, wiggle your tailbone away from you, so you're lengthening a little bit through the lower back. Lots of space between each vertebra of the lower back. From here, extend both arms and legs up into your dead bug pose. So shoulders are drawing down away from your ears, and legs and arms are just relaxed. They're extending up, but they feel relaxed and they feel heavy. You can feel the back of the body sinking into the earth. Feel the back of the body supported by the earth. Feel as though tension is melting away. Fingers and hands relaxed, feet and toes relaxed. The back of the neck is long, the chin may be ever so slightly tucked in towards the chest. So your head's not craning back. You feel that length in the back of the body. From here, make sure that your lower back is pressing into the earth. So engage your abdominal muscles, drawing your tummy in towards the spine, drawing your lower rib in and keeping it there while you breathe wide and full into your chest. And feeling as though you're engaging from inner hip bone to inner hip bone. Feel the pelvic floor lifting. Lower back presses into the mat. Take a nice inhalation and exhale as you use your abdominal muscles to lift your shoulders and head off the floor. Reach towards your toes. Inhale, slowly lower back down with control. Keep going. Exhale up, draw tummy in, lift pelvic floor, try and flatten from inner hip bone to inner hip bone and across the upper abdominals as well. Imagine drawing that lower rib in, exhaling up, inhaling down. Keep going. Seven more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax your tummy, hug your knees in. Keep your right knee hugged in and extend your left leg out along the mat. And just let your right knee melt in towards your torso. Breathe deeply into your belly, relax your belly. Try to lengthen your spine. You might have a little shuffle, trying to really lengthen your tailbone down. Imagine your hip bones extending down towards the foot of the mat, especially this right hip, so you're not kind of twisting the pelvis up at the right side, but really imagine your right sit bone extending down towards the foot of the mat. Shoulders relaxed, face and jaw relaxed. Bring your left hand onto your left hip and just steady that hip, keeping the weight grounding down through the left side of the back of the pelvis as you roll your right knee out. And just feeling that nice inner hip stretch in the right hip. But making sure that you're not sinking your weight to the right side of the body too much. You're keeping that left side grounded, and you can use that left hand just to steady the hip. Bringing your knee back to center, swapping over hands, drawing the right knee across the midline of the body, and we can come into a twist here. So you can bring your right arm out to shoulder height, palm up, and just bring this right knee across to the left as far as your body will permit, relaxing into this twist. Slowly make your way back to center. Hug that right knee in, and then see if you can hover your left leg off the floor, pressing the lower back into the earth, so engaging through the abdominal muscles now. Drawing the tummy in, engaging inner hip bone to inner hip bone, lifting pelvic floor. Hover your arms down by your sides, palms facing in towards you, just hovering them off the earth. Inhale and exhale as you swap over legs. Inhale to hold and exhale, swapping legs again. Continue with your breath. Inhale to hold. Keep drawing tummy in, lifting pelvic floor. Exhale, exchange. Nice, slow, steady movements. Keep that nice tailbone lengthening away, that contact between the lower back and the mat. If you want more challenge, lifting your shoulders and head off the floor. Inhale to hold, exhale, exchange. Four more rounds. 4, 3, 2, last round. And then letting your right leg melt down to the earth, hugging your left knee in. Relax your belly. Breathe into your belly. Using your right hand to steady your right hip. Breathing deeply as you roll your left knee away, feeling that nice stretch through the left inner hip. And then bringing that knee in, drawing your knee across the midline of the body, extending your left arm out beside you, drawing your left knee across the midline of your body as far as your body will easily permit. And release. Coming back to center, hugging your knees in. Gently rock side to side, keeping your knees together, circling the knees a few times in each direction. Feeling that nice massage out from the lower back. And again, shuffle your hips so that your tailbone really extends down towards the foot of the mat. Draw your tummy in, lift your pelvic floor, press your lower back into the mat, and bring your legs so that your knees stack over your hips directly. Shoulders are down, your back away from your ears. Clasp your hands behind your head. Inhale. And exhale, using your abdominal muscles to draw the lower rib at the front of the body, close to the inner hip bones, curling the shoulders and head off the floor. Inhale here. Exhale as you extend your left leg out, hovering it close to the floor, and draw your left elbow towards right knee. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, other way, extending right leg, right elbow towards left knee. So opposite. Opposite elbow towards knee. Let's keep going with the breath. Inhale, back to center, constantly keeping shoulders and head curled off the mat. Keep drawing tummy in, lifting pelvic floor. Try to flatten the belly. If you get this doming effect in the middle, then really engage from inner hip bone to inner hip bone and think of drawing the lower ribs in. So even though you can still breathe with the lower ribs drawn in, but think of breathing wide and full into the chest. So as you breathe, the chest expands evenly forwards, backwards, out to the sides, and the lower ribs stay drawn in. 3 more rounds. 6, 5, 4, 3, doing so well. 2, 1, done. Well done. Phew. Full body stretch. Stretch fingers to toes. Try not to flare the ribs. Be long like a pencil. So we're coming to the left hand side. Come onto your elbow. Elbow stacked underneath the shoulder directly, coming up into a side plank. So for the most challenging version, stack and flex the feet. If you want less challenge, you can bring your top foot just in front of the bottom foot. Draw the tummy and lift the pelvic floor. Inhale to prepare and exhale, lift. Good, so keep breathing wide and full into the chest. Keep lifting from the underneath side of the armpit. Now you can stay like this, or for a bit more challenge, hover your top leg and extend your top arm so you're a long lean line. Inhale and exhale, elbow to knee. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, don't crane the neck, 2, keep your balance, 1, and release down. Bring your knees, feet in, mermaid stretch, stretching over towards the feet. So you want to be stretching the underneath side of the body. Keep rolling that top shoulder back. Come back to center. So we'll swap over and do the other side. So flip the legs around the other way. And coming down to your elbow, make sure elbow is definitely stacked directly under shoulder, otherwise you might feel a bit of pinching here. If you do, then just check your alignment. Keep lifted from the armpit, stack the feet or have the top foot in front. Tummy drawn in, pelvic floor lifted, inhale to prepare, exhale, lift. Keep reaching up with that top arm. If you do feel a bit uncomfortable, just check your alignment. Make sure that shoulder's directly over the elbow. Hips stacked, keep lifting from the underside of the body. Top arm reaches ahead, top leg floats for more challenge, don't have to do this. Inhale, exhale, elbow to knee. 9, 8, 7, keep lifting from the underside of the body. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Bring your knees in. And coming into your mermaid stretch, make sure you're stretching out the underneath side of the body. Come back down onto your mat. Lying on your back, giving your knees a hug. The next one, we're going to use our lower abdominals. So just bring your arms down by your sides and extending your legs. They don't have to be straight by any means, just nice soft knees. And we're going to draw the tummy and lift the pelvic floor. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, use your lower abdominals to roll your tailbone up off the mat. So you're really using your lower abs for this. Inhale, release. And you can just let your legs drift down, maybe tap the toes, but keep the lower back into the mat. So if that causes your lower back to lift, just only come as far down with the feet as you can keep your lower back pressed into the mat. So exhale, inhale. Keep drawing tummy and lifting pelvic floor, pressing lower back into the mat. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, have a full body stretch. Roll over onto your front. And just making a little diamond shape for your head, just resting your forehead down here. Tops of the feet ground into the mat, grounding a little extra through the baby toe side, reaching your hands out in front of you, palms facing down. And then beginning to walk your hands towards you as you lift your heart, coming into cobra pose. Keep grounding through the tops of the feet, keep extending the toes away, only coming up as far as you're comfortable to go. Make sure shoulders don't come up to the ears. Make sure you feel no compression in your lower back. So if you do, then come down a little bit lower. And we can have a few breaths here. Make sure you're not craning the neck up in any way. Only coming up as far as you're comfortable to go. It's okay to have elbows bent or hands quite far away from the body. The pubic bone and the inner hip bone stay on the mat. And then exhaling, lowering all the way down and relaxing here. Nice deep breaths. Bring your hands under your shoulders, curl your toes under, pushing up onto hands and knees, and coming into downward dog. Have a nice pedal for the feet. Taking a few moments in stillness. Lift your right leg up, coming into a three-legged dog. Bend your right knee, bring the right foot towards the left buttock. Turning the hips open to the right. Stretching your right leg up and step it in between your hands. See if you can keep your back knee lifted as you come up to a high lunge. Breathing here, palms facing towards each other. Inhale and exhale as you bend at the elbows, squeezing shoulder blades together and drawing elbows in, sliding them down towards a V shape towards the base of the spine. Inhale up, exhale down. Three, two, and one. Reaching arms back up again, extending forward, grounding your left hand and reaching your right arm up into your toe. Maybe tuck your chin and look up. Grounding your right hand down, sit back into your plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale as you drop down to your right elbow, left elbow. Push up as you inhale, right hand, left hand. Exhale, left elbow, right elbow. Inhale, left hand, right hand. Keep going. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Push back to downward dog. Really good. Paddle out the feet. Stretch the left leg up, three-legged dog. Bend the left knee, bring left foot towards right buttock, opening out the hip. Stretch the leg up, step forward in between the hands. See if you can keep your back knee lifted. And reaching up. Inhale and exhale, squeezing shoulder blades together, elbows drawn down and in towards the middle, back towards the base of the spine. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grounding your hands. Reaching left arm up to your twist. Maybe look down towards your right hand. Maybe look up towards your left hand. Round your hands, step back to downward dog. Walk your hands back towards your feet, let your knees bend, belly rest on the thighs, feet are parallel. Catching hold of your opposite elbow and hanging forward and forward fold. Bring your hands onto your shins and inhale, lengthen your spine. flat back position. Bring your hands down in front of you. And placing your left hand in the center of your chest, take a nice deep breath in, check your spine is really long. Exhale as you twist to the right, straightening the right leg a bit more and bending the left knee a bit more. Don't worry if you can't get your right leg straight, raising your right arm up. Inhale to center, keep the spine long, right hand to the center of the chest. Exhale, left arm up. So straightening this left leg, but don't worry if you can't get it completely straight, bending the right knee a bit more. Inhale, center, long spine. Exhale, twist. Careful you're not bending your fingers back, you can make a fist. You can have the hand flat if you can reach. Or you can rest on strong fingers. Inhale, center, lengthen spine. Exhale, twist. Last one. Come back to center. Bend the knees a bit more if you need to, so belly's on the thighs. Clasp your hands behind your head and just hang here. Creating that little bit of traction at the back of the neck to really lengthen it, maybe deepen the stretch in your back. Keeping belly on your thighs, suck your tummy in and just create space to tip forward a little bit more. Breathe. Tummy drawn in, pelvic floor lifted, rolling up slowly. Take a number of breaths to do this if you need. Uncurling the spine. Try to be inhaling as you get to the top. Roll the shoulders back, roll the elbows back. And release the arms down by the sides. Come towards the front of your mat if you're not there already, and just widen your feet coming into squat pose. So bring arms out for balance, bend through ankles, knees and hips. Come into your squat. You can have heels down or lifted, depending on your flexibility. But make sure your heart is open, you're not hunching over, and your spine is nice and long. Breathe here. And lowering your bottom to the floor, hug your knees in. Cause midhead pose. Let's open out into boat pose, shins parallel to the floor, long and lengthened spine. You're on the back of your sit bones, but you're not sinking into the back of your pelvis. The lower back is really long. Tummy drawn in, pelvic floor lifted. Shoulders are away from the ears. I will invite you to straighten your legs if you can. One more breath, really good. And hug the knees back in. So placing your feet down on the floor, long and lengthened through your spine. Bring your arms out to shoulder height. And exhale as you roll back slowly, inhaling up. So we're going to carry on with this, slowly lengthening down more and more. A bit more each time until we're lying on our back. So take your time with this. Exhale back. You may like to make Kali Mudra with the hands. 4 fingers pointing forwards, the rest of the fingers interlinked. Exhaling back. Inhaling up. So strong. Make sure you really lengthen when you get to the top. So last few. Just beginning to get down to the floor now. Last one. Let's release down. You can bring up arms overhead, straighten out the legs, full body stretch. Bring arms down by your sides. And one at a time, draw your knees in. Hug them in, have a rock side to side. And keeping your knees together, circle your knee. few times in each direction, and then again a little rock side to side, and planting your feet down on the floor. Feet are in a hip distance apart, heel behind the widest part of the foot, arms down by your sides, palms down. Make sure your head's not resting on anything, so it's just flat on the mat, and there's space at the back of the neck, so long and lengthened back of the neck, kind of resting on the lower part of the base of the skull. Ready for our shoulder bridges. So inhale as you tip the pelvis backwards, lift the pelvic floor, draw the tummy in, engage from inner hip bone to inner hip bone. And exhale, peel the spine off the mat, vertebra by vertebra. Aiming to be a straight line from knees to shoulders at your highest point. So we're not overextending into the spine, we're keeping that strength in the core. Inhale, lower down vertebra by vertebra, lengthening the spine out on the mat. Exhale, neutral pelvis as you relax it back down. Engage the core, draw the tummy in, lift the pelvic floor. Inhale, tip the pelvis backwards. Exhale, peel the spine off the mat, vertebra by vertebra. Straight line from knees to shoulders. Engage the buttocks to lift the hips. Inhale, lower down vertebra by vertebra. So you can keep going just like that, or we can add an arm raise in. So that comes after we've lifted the hips. So we inhale, tip the pelvis backwards. We exhale, peel the spine off the mat, and then you can either come all the way back down, or you can hold this for a breath if you want, or for more challenge, inhale, sweeping arms forward and up, overhead, and exhale, reaching arms forward and down by your sides. Inhale, rolling down vertebra by vertebra, and exhale, neutral pelvis. So let's do that one again. Inhale, tip the pelvis backwards. Exhale, peel the spine off the mat, lengthening up, aiming to be a straight line from knees to shoulders. Inhale, arms reach forward and up and overhead. Keep shoulders drawing down the back. Fingertips extending away from the shoulders, extending along the mat. Exhale, forward and down by your side. Inhale, rolling down vertebra by vertebra. One last time. It's starting to rain. Inhale, arms up and over the head. Exhale, arms forward and down. Inhale, vertebra by vertebra, lengthening down. Exhale, neutral pelvis. Hug your knees in. Have a rock forwards and backwards on the side, on your spine. And then bring your feet down. Round the feet down, lift your bottom, shift it to the left, place it down, let your knees fall to the right into your reclined twist. Bring your arms out to shoulder height, palms facing up, and breathe here. Relax everything. Try to work your right hip underneath the left, so bottom hip underneath the top one, whichever way you've gone. And if you want even more challenge, you can cross your top leg underneath the bottom leg. And you can also turn your head away from the knees for a deep twist.
No, it's good. We're going to swallow it. We are adamant it's going to be good weather. I've got one of these.
Bring your head back to center, feet, knees and bottom back to center. Realign yourself down the middle of the mat. Shuffle your tailbone away, hug your knees in. Lengthen the lower back a little more. Light your feet down, ground them down. Lift your bottom, shift it to the right. Place it down, let your knees fall to the left. Aiming to have a right angle at the hips, a right angle at the knees. Drawing the bottom hip underneath the top to stack the hip.
No, I'll take it.
Arms out to shoulder height, palms up and breathe. Maybe adding extra by turning the head to the opposite direction of the knees. Maybe crossing top knee under bottom knee.
Rob and I had a one-to-one last week. Right. Cheers, Mum.
And then bringing everything back to center, realign yourself down the middle of the mat and give your knees a hug, gently rocking side to side. So we'll have a few moments of relaxation, so you can just let your feet come down to the floor. Knees knock together, toes turn in, heels turn out, or extend your legs out if your back feels okay with that. Palms facing up, down by your sides, or bring your hands onto your belly if you prefer that grounded feeling. Allow your awareness to scan over your body and notice how you're feeling. Feeling grounded and connected with the earth. Relaxing face and jaw. Relaxing lips, teeth and tongue. Relax your pelvic floor. Find your soft passive core. Relax your whole body and feel it resting. Every exhalation is releasing you more completely into a healing place of rest. Every exhalation releases you more completely into a healing place of rest. If you've got time to stay here for longer, resting in your Shavasana, then please do. If it's time for you to get on with your everyday activities, then wiggle your fingers and toes, have a stretch, make any movements that your body needs. Roll over onto your side. Use the strength of your arms to make your way up to sitting. Observe how you feel. Upright again, awake and alert, and back in the physical world. Bring palms to touch. Thank you for joining me.